Hello! So very exciting. I am going tomorrow to sketch outside for the first time in the winter. So this summer I got into plein air painting, loved it, was lovely, go somewhere beautiful, sit down, paint something nice in 10 minutes to an hour and 10 minutes or so. Tomorrow is going to be the first day that I try art outside in the middle of winter. So it is currently January and I live in Canada, and tomorrow is actually going to be a very warm day. It's supposed to be 3 degrees Celsius, which is very warm for January and very nice. It's supposed to be sunny, so it should be a good day to try this. But in thinking about what I should take with me, I'm totally lost. So I thought I would take you along with me, pack what I think I'm going to need, show you part of the day, what happens, what kind of sketching gets done, and then sort of debrief when I get back and say, specifically I'm interested in wet media, what's going to work at these kinds of temperatures, because it's still above freezing, so I'm awfully tempted to take some watercolors with me, but I'm really not sure. So I think I've narrowed down what I would like to take tomorrow. So I've decided to do just sort of a little trial with the materials. I do have to sort of stand a little bit weird to be able to record this, so I might actually just place this down instead of holding it. Tomorrow I'm going to be standing, so I will have to hold it, but just to test the materials. So this is a fountain pen. It's a sailor pen with a feued nib. Give it very thick, very thin lines. In it I have Noodler's Bulletproof Black ink. So she's a classic. I love her. So that one's going. I'm also going to bring this 4B pencil. I've been sketching it with it a fair amount lately, although I probably won't see a lot of use. I am also going to bring this Derwent Sketching. This is it's a graphite pencil that is water soluble. This is a medium wash, also 4B. So those are for sketching. In terms of, I guess, other sketching materials, I've been really enjoying these Caran d'Ache water soluble Neocolor 2s, so basically crayons that are water soluble. I think I'll just make a little line. Those guys will be going. Now the question is, do I bring these watercolors? Do I bring the small spritzer bottle for the watercolors? Medium-sized travel brush. It's from a set of 3. This is a size 8, although it feels a little smaller than size 8. It has worked great, even compared to brushes that are much more expensive. This lid would go into a pocket. Let's just remember what's in this palette. I haven't used this since it got cold. I do think I'll bring this brush just in case I'm wanting to quickly wet the crayons. Aren't they fun? Ah, they're so fun. So there's definitely not really overlap between these two. So I have the Payne's Gray, the Blue Gray, and the Moon Glow. I do think we'll see if we can fit both this eraser and this. Definitely needed the pencil sharpener. Things are adding up. Pencil crayon or two. Now, one thing I'm definitely missing is a little millennial pink. All right, will all of this fit in that little pouch that I'm taking? Let's give it a shot. That's pretty small. That's not too bad of a set to travel with. Wish me luck. I'll try to take some footage at the event, maybe capture some of the sketching as well, and then debrief when I get home tomorrow. First time painting in the freezing cold. I hope my water, I don't know if the water's going to do anything weird. Oh, shoot. I need to remember this as well. This is the first time that we had visited this winter festival, so to get a lay of the land, first we'd had a little walk around. We saw everything that was going on and sat down for lunch, and then finally on a little bench in the sun to do some sketching. This ended up being the largest crowd that I've sketched in, and it was scary having so many people scooching over to try to take a look, but no one thankfully said anything. The scene was very overwhelming and incredibly quickly moving. I just tried to pick out things that caught my eye and quickly tried to capture them before they walked away. I ended up not having as much time to sketch as I had hoped, but it was always a nice way to spend part of a day. I'm back. The festival was a success. Ended up not getting quite as much sketching time as I thought that I might, but I just thought I'd walk through what I took, the final list, and then what it is that I created. And there was about 30 minutes with some interruptions during the 30 minutes, including there were some spilled supplies. We'll talk about that when we get there. It seems these Caran d'Ache crayons, the Neocolor 2s, seem to be what my brain was wanting to use today. I've recently gotten, this tin originally came with sort of like the basic set, I guess it would be called. It's either 12 or 15 crayons, I forget. And I wasn't using them a lot, but then I bought a couple supplemental crayons to add to that main set of colors that I really liked, and now I really like them. I haven't used them a lot, but I'm just drawn to use them now like I wasn't before. So I have a lot more like greens, and I have to say this Payne's gray instead of the black I like a lot more, as well as having like the gray and the beige. Anyway, so I mostly use these Neocolor 2s, but the problem with these is we were sitting sketching on like a bench, but these kept trying to escape from me. And at one point they did fall into a puddle, and they're water soluble, so that wasn't great. And one of the crayons broke. It's still obviously still usable, but it's just very sad that a new crayon broke. But this is basically sort of what I ended up using while I was there. So I took a lot more than I needed to. I also learned in the backpack on the way there, this tin, although it seems like it would stay closed really well, it didn't. So moving forward, if this tin ever travels anywhere with me, it's going to be clipped shut. I did use, however, this water brush by Pentel. So with the Neocolor 2s, they are water soluble, so some of them I did smush out. And I used this to do that, as well as I had this partial sock on my wrist to wipe colors off this and for water control, which this is a nice addition to the travel kit. An old sock made new again, and I'm still very excited about it. So this is what I used, it turns out. This, and this. I didn't basically need to bring anything else. If I were to do it again, I think I would probably take the same supplies, because I don't really know what mood is necessarily going to strike me. And I have here 3 different mediums: the watercolor, the pencil crayons, and the Neocolor 2s. Oh, I guess maybe 4 or 5, because I also have then the ink and the graphite. But I have enough different mediums for whatever mood would strike me. And for the most part, like I said, most of it fit in here, just a little bit outside. So for sort of a medium carry kind of kit, like a heavy, what would you call that? Like a heavy light kit. A maximalist light kit. I think I still liked the choices that I made. Even though the piece, I'm still trying to figure out these Neocolor 2s. They are very cool, and I like them very much, but there's definitely a learning curve, because you can't really get fine detail, and when you're sketching or painting outside, there's also not a lot of time to be able to get that detail. So with both of those, you get a pretty detailed image. But I do think it's my favorite Neocolor 2 scene that I've done. I think it did capture like the sense of the festival. There's I wish I could have been able to put in more details, because sort of this illustrative style, what I often like is just like lots of stuff, and there was lots of stuff going on, but just sort of ran out of time. I was gonna try to add more people in the distance and such, but it was time to go. But it's pretty cute. This lady in the red coat definitely inspired the piece, and I love the flags at the sweet little festival. So thanks so much for coming along on this urban sketching adventure today. It was a good time. Turns out, if it is like plus 3 degrees Celsius, great time to paint outside. So I need to get out there more, even though it's winter, because I really did enjoy all the plein air that I was doing in the fall and the summer. Thanks for hanging around. We'll see you. Bye.